After World War II, black and brown communities in the States where there has to be kind of like a bench. No, I'm saying like I'm just sports ago. You recently got benched.
But I actually met him once.
I think she's a good actress. Good God, are you kidding me? This kind of thing absolutely happens. There's they've been trying to build a road connecting two highways that would cut a lot of time out of people's drive, but it would actually go through the town where I went to high school. Plans have been there for a long time. They haven't started construction because I think people have, same thing, kind of protested. But what's really awful is that there's people that live like along that route and they can't sell their house because nobody will buy it. And because the construction hasn't started yet, normally they would get compensation from the government. So they're literally trapped in their house. It's awful. And it's been like a long time. It's been since I was in high school. It's like 20 years ago that this has been.
So it's still going on?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, these kind of things, especially in the States where everybody is like allowed to, I think they just call it process. Because there's have like the experts that design where the best place for the road is. And they try and take into consideration like natural habitats, population centers, businesses, everything else to try and make the best route. But I mean, you're never going to please everybody. But if you have an objection, you can go and like submit your objection. So that's why infrastructure in the US nowadays, it just takes a long time and it's extremely expensive. And it's because before the US had expanded, there was like sprawl everywhere. You know, you could build railroads and roads and everything without that kind of process. Now, obviously, they were building over like Native American lands and everything else, and that's a whole other issue. But now they own property, and in the States, property rights are really, really big. But it makes putting any kind of like infrastructure like that extremely expensive, very time consuming. And so you end up with failing infrastructure and everybody going onto like the same roads, and so the traffic is really awful. And anyways.
행복로 위를 매일같이 차들이 다닌다고 생각해보십시오. 그 소음 매연 분진을 주민들이 싹 다 뒤집어 쓰는 겁니다. 우리가 이런 얘기를 하잖아. 그럼 자네들아 동방은 뭐더라 그 방음벽. 그래. 뭐지 그거?
방벽?
아니. 방벽이요. 방벽. 그래. 마을이 반으로 쪼개져서 따로따로 고립이 되는 거라고 이거.
This exact kind of thing happened a lot when they were installing a lot of the highway system. So after World War II, I think it was during the Eisenhower administration, that's where they built the majority of the interstate highway system. But even going through cities, they would put these highways and they would divide neighborhoods and take a guess like which neighborhoods were affected the most. Go ahead. Yeah, it's true. Black and brown communities. And so they were the ones who had the highways like go directly through them, you know, because they didn't have the political power to protest. There's actually been some recent projects where they've actually pulled those highways out and like the communities have kind of like reconnected. I think Seattle. So now they have like big open parks and it's really, really nice what they've done now. Anyways.
소독동은 그린벨트 지역이라 주변에 비해 공시지가가 많이 쌉니다. 집터 전체가 수용이 됐는데 보상금은 1,000만 원을 채 못 받는 경우가 허다했고요. 설사는 월세 보증금도 안 되는 그 돈을 들고 우리가 어디로 가겠습니까?
수임 결정하기 전에 사건 조사부터 해봐도 되겠습니다. 일단 전문가들 찾아가서 의견을 좀 들어봐. 이 계획 노선이 최선인지 대안 노선은 없는지.
땅 모양을 완전히 무시하고 이 끝에서 저 끝까지 그냥 자를 대고 보관하잖아.
I think this is true. In the States, if you have an interstate highway system, you're not allowed to go past a certain length, maybe it's like 5 kilometers or something, before there has to be kind of like a bend in the road. So you'll never just have like a straight road that goes on and on for miles. And they do that because they found that people will fall asleep. Yeah, every 3 or 4 minutes they have to slightly turn the wheel a little bit. And the second thing, for the interstates, you know, where you have roads going in 2 directions, there's not stoplights and turning. Every 5 miles or something, there has to be one part where it opens up, even if there's like a median in the middle, it's wide enough so that the airplane is in distress and it can't make it to an airport that it can land on the freeway. There's a couple of videos on YouTube where you can see like planes have had to make like emergency landings on the interstate. Anyways.
여기 도로네트란 얘기를 내가 처음 들은 게 2016년이니까 아이고 벌써 6년 전이네요.
Long time.
그래 평화로 조금 내려면 이 터널 공사가 많고 이 교차를 만들기가 애매해요. 여기 또 군사안보 대학교 부지가 있잖아. 그래서 어렵지.
미도 안에도 어렵다면 방법이 있죠. 땅 밑으로 보내면 되잖아요. 땅값이 비싼 지역은 도로를 지상에 짓는 것보다 지하에 만드는 게 건설비가 훨씬 적게 들어요.
아니 과연 소도동이 지하도로를 만들면서까지 보존을 해야 할 만한 가치가 있는 땅이냐? 아니라는 거예요.
저희가 알아본 바로는 이 계획 노선보다 월등히 더 나은 확실한 대안이 있다고 주장하기는 어려울 것 같습니다.
계란으로 파헤치라는 거 압니다. 제발 계란 편에 서주세요. 예? 소득동에 한번 알아보시고 사건 수임을 할지 말지를 어떻게 결정합니까?
You know, the Suriname show is like
So tense.
so tense,
yeah.
and this one just like puts a smile on your
Yeah,
face.
right.
안녕하세요.
Oh yeah, she's liking him at the moment.
저 자리를 바꾸겠습니까? 선남선녀가 나란히 앉는 게 좋겠습니다.
I love it. Oh, pause it. Go back. So pause it. Right there, you see he's got a headrest, and then they've taken the headrest out. They do that like framing the shot a little better, but once you know about it, you look for it in like in every film that you end up watching.
I think it's
So-
just you.
No, I'm saying I'm
Okay.
saying next time you watch a show, like see if the headrest is on the car.
저기죠. 소득동 김장훈이 있네.
Kim Jong-un is a singer. He's a good man. He leave for donation. Oh, wow.
That's what Son Heung-min does whenever he scores a goal.
Oh, yeah?
And does that. He recently got benched. He hadn't been playing well. And then they brought him in with about like 15 minutes left in like one of their most recent games. He got 3 goals. Like in 15 minutes.
한 달에 한 번 우리 테레사 분회장님이 마을 어르신들 싹 다 모시고 옆 동네 목욕탕에 다녀오십니다. 마을에 가고 다 같이 하는 건데.
Do residents have to pay dues to the town everywhere? Like, do your parents have to pay like dues?
I think so. Each town has their own little community.
Is it basically like property tax?
I
And you
think
have
it's
to
a
pay?
separate thing. They do some gathering every once a while
Okay.
to celebrate things, and also like as how they
Maintenance
said.
and
I think
but
it's
like
more like
community.
community
services.
events,
Yeah.
right?
아니 그럼 이장님이랑 위원장님도 별명이 있습니까?
저는 소득동 장동건입니다.
네?
He was like George Clooney
Yeah.
in Korea, but I actually met him once.
When you were at the hotel?
Yeah,
or-
he was right there, like really close, and he was doing acting, and I was on extra in that TV show. I was working at night shift, and they asked me to do a little walk, so I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a second, but still like, ooh, cool.
자, 주민들 구경은 잊지 마시고 통학로를
Is it the
좀
flag?
해볼까요?
Yeah, I
횡단보도까지
know what you're
걸어갑시다.
talking about.
What country's flag is it?
와.
No, it wasn't country's flag, I think.
Yeah, it is.
No.
물이에요. 이제
Alabama.
언덕으로 오를 겁니다. 조금만 더 가면 돼요.
That's right.
It may just look like that, but ooh.
저 우선 이거라도 좀 변호사님 일하시는 중인데 찢어진 옷은 좀 그렇잖아요.
I mean, accident happened. They would understand. No, I'm gonna
You
skip
gotta,
this.
you gotta have the moment where he puts the jacket around her, honey.
I'm skipping this part.
종이에 적힌 숫자를만 놓고 보면 소득동은 참 초라한 동네예요. 근데 그렇게 막 밀어버려도 그렇게 막 사라져버려도 괜찮은 그런 동네는 아니란 말입니다.
행복로에 관한 모든 걸 알아야 돼. 관련 법규들, 판례들까지 싹 다 지져보라고. 네?
When?
Remember, like he was the one being like, "Whoa, whoa," in the last episode, and now like he's the one who's gotten into
Very passionate.
the spirit. Yeah, just cute.
파이팅!
Wow. It's amazing that attorneys or like people in that kind of job, they have to really read everything like that.
I just found a website that allows you to put in a passage onto the website, and artificial intelligence will like, read through it all and summarize it. I actually sent it to Nick because he's doing his masters. Yeah, pretty soon like, AI will be doing a lot of that kind of work. He's holding back. He's hiding.
내가 보기엔 준호 씨가 너 좋아하는 것 같은데? 그 문제에 대해 직접적으로 언급하길 피했어. 나라도 직접적인 언급을 피하겠다.
I think she's a good actress.
Yeah,
Just
like I like all the
아,
actors
준호 씨
here.
좋아? 쉽지 않아. 너는 선녀지만 나는 자폐인이잖아. 그런 약해 빠진 소리 하지 마.
아이고 연애 상담도 뭐 할 만한 사람한테 해야지.
그래, 강화도 파고파탈한테. 하면서 다른 찔린적이야 내가. 집중해.
Wait, pause it real quick. What you say when you got focus?
자,
집중해.
Say it again.
집중해. 어이 더러워.
집중해.
그래.
집중해.
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 그래.
Okay, I'm gonna use that on my Korean kids. Be like, hey, 집중해.
이준호를 살짝 만져보는 건 어때? 만졌을 때 심장이 얼마나 빨리 뛰는지 심박수를 재보는 거야.
큰일 날 소리 하고 있어. 살짝 만져보기 뭘 만져봤게. 범죄야 임마.
그럼 허락 받고 만지면 되잖아.
She knows that she's the mom, right?
She doesn't know until really on
평소의 계획 노선은
행복로를 북쪽 지하철 10호선 옆에 짓게 되면 군사안보대학교를 지나가야 합니다.
It's a bit of
현재 아이는
sensation.
결국에
I don't know if it is really okay to
동의하지
use
않는
that
건
kind of
원고들도
visualized
마찬가지입니다.
animation in the
출사
show.
원물조차
다른 동네는 보상금이라도 제대로 받으니 협조를 했겠죠.
그럼 원고들은 보상금만 더 받을 수 있다면 상관없다.
You can't kick people out of their houses.
Right.
되게 가.
야 동네에 새로 빵집이 생겼는데
태수미 변호사라고 아십니까? 별로만한 모습을 봤는데 멋있었어요.
You can't do that while lawsuit is happening.
저 공사하는 사람들이 마을 입구까지 쳐들어와서
협력 정지 결정이 아직 안 났기 때문에 지금 공사를 막을 방법은 없습니다. 위법 사유를 찾아야 돼.
전력 환경 영향 평가 절차를 위반했습니다.
경위도가 실수했네. 잘 찾았어요. 아무튼 우영우에서 잘했어.
우리 영호 한바다에 귀식시키는 거 태순이 때문이야.
선배 무슨 말을 그렇게 해?
그런 꿍꿍이가 있어야만 내 딸 받아줄 수 있는 거라면 그렇게 대신 한 번만 결정적인 순간에 딱 한 번.
안녕하십니까.
네, 안녕하세요.
우변 아버지랑 대표님 어떻게 하는 사이예요? 아니 그러고 보니까 우변 아버지 서울 법대 나오셨다고 하지 않았어요 저번에? 아 우영우 변호사 낙하산 맞네? 아 어쩐지 이상하더라니 혹시 백이 있었구나.
Yo, you said it in front of her? Like, that is so rude. That is so rude. I cannot believe that I defended him.
I couldn't either. That's why I couldn't either. It's like, I was like, what show are you watching? Like, he's been a complete, you know what, this whole time.
I know.
And then he did one kind of like sweet little conversation with his dad, and he's like, oh, you see, he's really a good guy. Are you kidding me? He's a jerk.
이거 먼저 드세요.
아니에요. 저는 영어권을 만들 거라서.
Huh? She's like, damn it, I was right.
고래 얘기 듣는 거 재밌어요? 나도 처음엔 괜찮았어요. 대왕고래, 혹등고래, 돌고래 정도까지는. 근데요, 웹불고래, 양쯔강 돌고래까지 가면요, 나는 시험 망쳐서 울고 있는데 지는 1등하고 와가지고 고래의 조상이 파키텍투스라는 소리 하잖아요? 진짜 한 대 쥐어받고 싶다고요.
대체 무슨 말씀이신지.
얼마 못 갈 것 같은 마음이면 잘해주지 말라고요. 아, 다리 떨렸잖아요, 준호 씨 때문에.
Poor guy is just like, what are you talking about?
재판장님,
Oh.
피고는 전략 환경 영향 평가 절차를 위반했습니다.
피고 대리 답변해 보세요.
위법하지 않습니다.
It's like she was waiting for that argument. She just had that PPT like ready to go. Beep, beep, beep.
It's gonna be difficult to like keep eyes open when the fan is blowing directly to my face.
그 당시 경리도의 회신을 보면 이미 설계가 완료돼 변경이 불가하다는 문구가 있습니다.
정확히 어디에 그런 문구가 있습니까?
Filing cabinet.
기술된 증거가 많은 말이고.
맞아요. 기후대책위원회가 경위도를 보낸 민원서를 드렸고요.
2019년 4월 3일
예 그러네요.
한바다 변호사 맞죠? 오영호입니다. 똑바로 읽어도 거꾸로 읽어도 오영호. 아까 인상적이었어요. 기억력 대단하신데요?
I don't know if it is just me, but when I get compliment from female superior, it just gives me stronger impact. I need to change. I guess it was just one particular person. Like when I went to the final interview for my hotel job, as soon as I got in, there were 3 people doing interview for me. And as soon as I got into that interview room, there was the director of the room. It was she. And I saw a like blue dragon aurora kind of it. Like as soon as I saw her, she was like very powerful woman. And yeah, I think because her first impression was like that, and she was really good at job and all, like every time I interacted with her, you know, every time that she gives me nice word, I'm like got compliments from like my what do you call idol kind of feelings. Maybe that's why I have this feeling that yeah. Maybe she's feeling the same thing.
다들 사무실로 가시죠. 그 자리 하나가 남는데.
아 그래? 그러면
우영우가 타면 되겠네. 너 가.
No eyes. Like,
농촌은 편하게 갈 자격이 없어요.
나한테는 말이야? 그나저나 또 우변 아버지 대표님이랑 선후배 사이인 것 같은데
우와, 농촌이 그건 또 어떻게 알아냈대?
우변이 대표님 백으로 들어온 낙하 사는 게 웃깁니까?
왜 분노를 하고 긴장을 해요?
생각해봐요. 졸업한 지 6개월이나 지나서 신입들 5팀의 워크숍 다 끝난 뒤에 우변 혼자 딸랑 입사했어요.
백이 있으면 뭐 어쩌게요? 그런 식으로 따지면요, 대표님이 대표님 된 건 과연 실력으로만 된 건가요? 아버지가 한마디 창립자라서 대표 자리를 세습한 건 아니고 그냥 영어를 괴롭히고 싶은 거면서 정의로운 척하지 말란 말이에요.
맞아.
진짜로 사내 구성을 문제 삼고 싶으면 대표님부터 문제 삼으세요.
맞아.
강제는 못 봐드리면서 영어한테만 그래요?
그냥 우영우가 강제하려. 모르겠어요? 우영우는 우리를 매번 이기는데 정작 우리는 우영우를 공격하면 안 돼. 왜? 자폐인이니까. 우리는 우변한테 늘 배려하고 돕고 저 차이나온 빈자리 하나까지 다 양보해야 된다고요.
야, I can't believe I defended
우영우가
it.
약자라는 거 그거 다 착각이에요.
I see the point that he thinks that this is not right because he was true that, you know, after the season of hiring is finished, like she was hired, especially with the power of the CEO, right? I get that, but still, like, it is just nonsense with him saying, like, her autism is a strength, like, that's all, like, just BS. Why couldn't I see it? Like, maybe I was one who was watching this part.
Figure out where she can touch him.
I guess she's watching the masculine part of him. One of the part that women attracted to men, what I saw from some articles were veins in the arms and some other parts, but I think that is true because like I really like your wide wrist and hand. Stop biting your nail, man.
I trimmed them last night.
Is it blood?
My students painted my fingernails.
네, 고생하셨습니다.
그럼 갈까요?
저 이준호 씨, 제가 이준호 씨를 한번 만져봐도 되겠습니까? 제가 이준호 씨를 좋아하는지 아닌지 확인하고 싶습니다.
I bet the writers of this show must have just been laughing hysterically.
It's a really cute line.
Yeah.
제 심장이 얼마나 빨리 뛰는지 분당 심박수를 재보려고 합니다.
그럼 저를 만지지 않으면 심장이 빨리 뛰지 않는 건가요? 저랑 같이 있어도?
Why are you hitting me for?
섭섭한데.
It's super cute, but it's also like this is like a high school drama type thing. To think that they're like in their mid-20s, it's just a little bit like.
우리 딸 왔어?
다녀왔습니다. 먼저 들어갈게요.
한선영 대표 아빠 대학 후배야. 영어도 이제 알아야 할 것 같아서.
그럼 제가 부정 취업을 한 겁니까?
부정 취업이든 뭐든 아빠는 선영이한테 고마워. 아빠도 영어도 그동안 취직 안 돼서 많이 힘들었었잖아.
I don't think that she benefited from nepotism because he didn't go out of his way to.
Right. He wasn't the one who sick for it. Like it was
Yeah.
she came and offered that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like he asked for it.
Yeah.
So.
So I don't think
Right.
that argument that it's nepotism holds up.
오롯이 좌절하고 싶습니다. 저는 어른이잖아요. 아버지가 매번 이렇게 제 삶에 끼어들어서 좌절까지도 대신 막아주는 건 싫습니다.
야 영호야. 영호야. 영호야.
Yeah, that is so bad. Like knowing that he came to this PC room to write things because he wants to be avoided for the IT track or
Yeah.
something. It was so like planned it.
You defended him.
I
Oh,
know.
he's such a
Why
nice
did you do
guy,
that?
Keiji. Look, I'm not saying people can't change, but just to forgive all of the things that he had done.
It's
Like,
bad.
that's like,
but
that's what I was
still,
like-
bad people can be changed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.